Press record. Da, da, da. It is still super hot here in Texas, but we're gonna go out in the backyard, work on some of the pool stuff. We're gonna work on the pool timer. And again, we're gonna try to fix it without buying anything. That's it. So now we gotta go outside where it's hot. Okay. This is the Intermatic Pool timer. Let's open it up. The first thing, if your timer isn't coming on, is to check the time and then come out here like an hour later and then check the time again. If this dial hasn't moved, then it's probably not working. And the culprit, because this is a pretty simple design, though it is kind of a dangerous one, but there's just not much to go wrong with it. There's a little motor back here, and it even has a little hole, and right here it says visual motor check. If you look in that hole, there's some gears, and if they're moving, then it's good. If they're not moving, then it's not good. First off, turn the power off. Better. There's a little clip up here. You push that up, and then the whole thing just tilts forward, and there's the motor. Let's take our motor inside and look at what ails it. So I want to show you what's inside this little motor here. The original gear that we need to replace just crumbled out onto the ground, and that went right here. And that's what we need to replace. We could just buy this part, but that is not what we're about. So, how can we make it? I don't think the 3D printer can print small enough, but that's going to be the first thing that I try anyway. So let's look at what size this thing needs to be. It's 3.968 millimeters. Round that up to 4. Let's see if we can reconstruct a 3D model of it, and then we'll try to print that. And once that fails, we'll try something different. Luckily, they had some good up-close pictures of the gear, and I could count the teeth. It's got 12 teeth, which I suppose makes sense. I just made half a rectangle. And then rotated it around with the circular pattern. Anyway, this is our part. We're going to print it now and see how it turns out. The print actually turned out way better than expected. I was about to really overcomplicate things with making a jig, using a Dremel to cut gears, but I think this is gonna work. Focus, there we go. Our part fits up. It needs a little bit of modification, but check this out. It's a little tight. If you look here, the teeth of the gear aren't quite long enough, so my guess there at 4 millimeters needs to be a little bit longer for it to mesh well, because this one will just slip right past. Plus, a little tight. Needs to be looser, I think, for the motor to spin it. So we'll make those corrections and we'll print another part. I'm just really surprised that it would print such a small part. Good to know. We're so close. Did a couple adjustments to the part. The teeth look a lot better, but they still seem a little thick It's just struggling with the resolution of the printer. I'm gonna make some adjustments and see if I can coax the printer into giving me a little bit better part, but I think we're gonna be able to get pretty close. Hey, I think we about got it. I think it's gonna work. I need to clean this piece up a little bit. I'm gonna sand it up, make sure that this piece can spin freely on the motor after we fit it on. Clean up in it a little bit in the gears. And then I think we might be ready to put it back together. Okay. I'm using a sliver of sandpaper wrapped around a toothpick. I just put it in there. After a couple minutes of that, we got some spinning action. But if we look here, when we fit it in, got a couple areas that it catches. So what I'm gonna do now is clean up the teeth. And just see if I can make these indentions a little cleaner. Now we have a nice smooth action. Got to make sure that it doesn't hit or rub up against this piece that would keep it from turning. That leaves reassembly. Alright, you guys know what's going on with this. We're going to put it back together. First, safety. Blue wire to the leftmost side. Blue. Alright. Let's switch the power back on. Sure the safety plastic is in place. Gears are turning. Let's pull this out and set the time. Let me show you the little motor check right here. See this guy right here? This little gears turning? That's the motor we just reinstalled. So gears turning is good. It's been about 3 or 4 days. We're just gonna check this and make sure it's keeping time, and then we're gonna be done. It's about 1 in the afternoon. And there we go. We're right about 1 in the afternoon. Okay, done. Thanks for watching, guys. I have to say, it seriously pains me to leave this in the state that it's in, all rusted. I didn't even want to show it, but I'm not sure that I want to do restorations. If I do, that'll be another video, but I don't consider this project complete, but it is working. That was our goal here, and I got other things to fix and other things to make, so let's get to that. Oh yeah, seriously, thanks for watching.